What is up, guys? How's it going today? My name is Syratube, and today we're starting a new series on the channel called Flipping with Syratube, and pretty much what it is it's a natural day of me flipping, nothing out of the ordinary. We're going to do high margin items, high quantity items, really encapsulate everything that I do on a normal day of flipping, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Quick couple announcements before we get right into it. If you want to join a clan of flippers, really, where you can find flipping advice and flipping tips, there's a lot of beginner flippers in here and experienced flippers, so really of all skill levels, please join me in the clan chat Syratube, just like my YouTube name. We've got a really good community going. Also, you can join the Discord, which is in the description below if you are interested in that. But anyway, without further ado, we are starting this episode with 82,440,000 coins, and hopefully we are looking to increase that majorly as the episode goes on. Anyway, let's go. So basically, when I start flipping, I list my high quantity items first, and I let them sit for a while to fulfill while I do flip some higher margin items here. So basically, what I listed is Manta Ray, Shark, Grapes, and Wines of Zamorak. Now, what I'll do is I'll just put a picture on screen of how much GP I'm making for each one I'm flipping. So pretty much, I'll show you the item I'm flipping and the margin that I am hopefully going to sell it for. So we just listed a Spectral Spirit Shield. Reason being is I looked on GE Tracker and it said we might be able to flip one of these bad boys for about 158k. Honestly, not expecting to hit that kind of a margin. Probably get more like 110 to 130k on it, but it's still really good, although it does take up a big amount of our cash stack. So in the meantime, I manually checked the Infinity Boots margin, and it looks pretty good for us. And since they're only 1 mil each about right now, we can flip a couple of them with our 7 mil we have left, so we're definitely going to put a listing in for that. I'm going to overcut a little bit just because I do want to have my money back as soon as I can, so I can get more flips going, so I can show you guys some more items. Normally, I wouldn't overcut or undercut, but just in this situation, to get it a little bit faster, you know, get more flips in the video, I definitely want to do that. So we're going to list that and let it sit for a little bit here. We've been here for about 8 minutes, and flips are coming through slowly. The Wines of Zamorak are actually coming in a lot faster than I expected them to. On top of that, the Sharks are actually selling. We got all of them, and now we're selling them. Really good margin on Sharks right now, so we are happy with that. Spectral Spirit Shield still hasn't bought. Not super concerning. They do take a while to flip, although I might... Oh, looks like our Infinity Boots finished, but we'll get to that in a second. I might stop flipping the Spectral Shield just because it is a lot of money to be putting into a flip, and I think I could use the money somewhere else and make a little more money with it, so if it doesn't buy within the next 5 minutes, I'll probably stop. Our Manta Rays kind of are slowly coming in. Not really sure about what to do with those. I will probably leave it for a little bit longer and then probably adjust the flip. Looks like our Infinity Boots finished though, so that was really a very quick flip, and really a nice one too. Looks like we made about 40-ish K or something like that on those Infinity Boots, so definitely was a good item to substitute while we were waiting with our 7 mil-ish. Well, I decided to take out the Spectral Shield and list some Red Chinchompas and Guthan's armor sets. Looks like we're going to make about 20k on each Guthan's armor set that we flip, so that is pretty good. And the Red Chins have a huge margin right now. Just checked it. Looks like we could make about, I don't know, 35-40-ish GP per Red Chin here, so that is really excellent. Hopefully they start to, you know, buy and things like that, but until then, we're going to list a couple more items here. I don't know exactly what yet, but we will figure it out in a minute. I decided to go ahead and list some Amulets of Fury, as well as some Eternal Boots. Looks like we're going to make about 3k for each Amulet of Fury we flip, and about 20k for each Eternal Boot we flip. I'm checking the margins on the GE right now because I don't really think GE Tracker is, you know, giving me right prices right now. So I'm just manually checking everything, and I think it makes it easier for the video, as well as gives you more accurate prices. So that's important to always check real prices on the Grand Exchange. If you think GE Tracker can be off, definitely do that because it will give you more accurate prices and you can make bigger margins at times. I actually kind of decided against putting the margins on screen, and I'm just going to tell you guys manually. It's a lot easier and saves me a lot of time in the editing and things like that, so sorry for that, but I will tell you the margins of everything that we are flipping. Also, I decided to cut the Wines of Zamorak a little bit early instead of hitting my 3k limit that I wanted there, but anyway, we just sold some as well, so that's excellent. We dropped him 1 GP just to get him off a little bit faster for the video here, and it looks like we're making about 13 GP for each Wine of Zamorak, so that is really good flip right now. I'm hoping these Red Chins start buying, because if they do, we're going to be hitting a really big margin on them, and we can make a lot of bank off of them. so that is good. I've also seen another item on GE Tracker that looks worthy of flipping. Looks like it's going to make us a lot of bank potentially, and we're going to start flipping that once we have a lot of money. To find out what that is, stay tuned. I decided to list some blood runes while we're waiting here, just because we had another slot and I wanted to fill it up. So if you are an avid viewer of the channel here, you know I love to flip blood runes and my Zolvar scales. I flip them every day. Such a good flip, such a quick flip, and if you aren't flipping these, you are missing out on a lot of potential bank. Looks like a lot of our flips were successful here. The grapes look like they're about to finish selling, so that's excellent, although we only got 3 GP on them. We thought we were going to get more, but we weren't able to. Actually, we got 2 GP on the grapes. Sorry about that. They did crash, so that kind of stinks, but the Wines of Zamorak sold for a pretty good margin, 13 GP for each one there. We might try to flip some more again. Not exactly sure quite yet. Our Amulets of Fury sold as well, and it looks like we're making progress on our Guthan's armor sets. Looks like we're going to move on to our next item here, and I think I'm going to list and try to flip one of the Dragon Hunter crossbows. Actually, we need a little bit more money to flip one, so I will collect it from the grapes here. And, oh, we still need a little bit more, so I guess we're going to wait a little bit longer before we flip it, but GE Tracker says it's going to go for 100k. Now, it's at a really risky price right now. It's at 31.2 mil, and this is like kind of reaching a high point for all the recent price trends of this item recently, so we are kind of taking a big risk by flipping this, but it's a really good margin, so we're going to try to get it. All of our red chins instantly bought, so I'm actually not sure if that's a good sign. That could be a little bit risky, but we're going to try to flip the Dragon Hunter crossbow right now. I just canceled the Guthan's armor sets. We only got 2 of them. We're going to try to sell them off for hopefully 40k profits on those. Not margin, but 40k in total. But anyway, we're going to list that Dragon Hunter crossbow, and hopefully we can make a flip off of it and make some bank. So we listed the Dragon Hunter crossbow, and on top of that, I had another slot, so I listed some Karam1. Now, it looks like we could make a good bit off the Karam1. I think they're buying for 815 and selling for 840, so that's pretty good. Hopefully the Dragon Hunter crossbow does buy, and we can flip that though, because that's where we're going to be making the most money. Hopefully we can flip it multiple times, and I'm going to wait a little bit longer on these Eternal Boots as well as the Blood Runes here, because they've been a little bit stale, so not sure really what to do about those. I think I might just leave the Mana Rays, because they are buying, but they're incredibly very slowly they're buying, so I think I'll just leave them, and hopefully they do fulfill. Good news, looks like our red chins are actually selling, so that's awesome. Our Guthan's armor sets have not been selling, so I really don't know what's up with that, but again, I'm not too worried about it. Eternal Boots are not selling, or not buying either, so I'm going to cut those and hopefully get these off for about a 20k profit, but we'll check those in a minute. Blood Runes slowly coming in, probably just going to stop them, to be honest. There might be an instant sell right here for 216, not exactly sure. There was, so it looks like they went up in price a little bit. Probably should have been a little bit greedier with it. And our red chins sold while we were recording, so that's, wow, that is a lot of money, guys. Let's actually take a look at how much we made on those real quick. And it looks like we made about, wow, guys, looks like that was about a 200k, a little bit less than 200k flip. Actually, not even quite 200k. Let's see. Why am I having no, it was. Why am I having such a hard time, guys? But anyway, it was like 150k, it looks like 160k, something like that. Anyway, that was a really good flip, and I wish we could do more, but we can't since we did hit the limit. We've got about 19 mil. Let's do something else here. Right after that last clip, we were able to sell the Eternal Boots for about 20k. It was actually like 22k, but either way, we were also able to get the Guthan's armor sets off as well, and looks like we made about 40k on those or something like that, so really good. And we're gonna list some more things here. I think we're gonna do some potions next, so we will try that. I decided to list some prayer potions, and I also listed magic logs. Looks like we're only making like 3 GP on the magic logs, but that's okay. It's a pretty safe flip, although it is going to take a little bit of time, I bet. If it takes too long, we'll probably cut it and flip something else, but I love flipping prayer potions. The margins are usually really good. Today, it looks like we're going to get about 50 GP for each one, so that's pretty awesome. The 4-hour limit is 2k, so we went a little bit under that in case we do have to manually check it again here, and hopefully those will come through. Looks like our mana rays are actually coming in a little bit faster than they were before, so hopefully we can finish that. Karambons aren't really doing much. We've bought like 3 of them so far, so I might honestly just cut them and look for something else, but we'll give them a little bit longer. We decided to cut back on the Dragon Hunter crossbow. It was just taking too long. It was a really good margin, but it just was not coming through. So I found that the ancestral hat had a pretty good margin, so we're trying to flip it. It says it's going to give us about 50k if we, sell it off. Probably won't get that much again, but that is okay. We'll probably get a similar amount, probably like 40k, 45k hopefully. On top of that, we cut the Karambons as well because they just were not buying. So we're going to list, I think, some high quantity stuff here and keep going. We decided to list some bolts of cloth, amethyst arrows, oak planks, and astral runes. Now, these bolts of cloths could make us 200 GP if they buy. I have flipped these in the past, and they do have really good margins sometimes, but it really depends if they want to buy or not. On top of that, we're getting the 3 GP on the amethyst arrows here. Really good flip. Does flip about medium speed. Really great if you've got around 2 to 5 mil, but I'm flipping it because I had about, I don't know, 5 mil when I decided to put that in there, so that's good. Oak planks, we're going to get 5 GP-ish on, probably get 4, usually is a little flimsy on the margins. Looks a little bit better than it is usually, so hopefully those will do good as well. This is a good flip, you got around 10 mil, because it does cost about 4 mil to hit the 4-hour limit, which I believe is 10k. And again, we're flipping runes here, astral runes, which have a 5 GP margin, which is usually a lot better, or it's a lot better than it usually is. On top of that, you're usually only getting like 2 to 3 GP for astral runes, but they're really safe, so just put that in there and just kind of let it sit for a little bit. No luck on the ancestral hats yet, but it hasn't been too long, so we'll sit and let that go. Now, it looks like we were able to sell those amethyst arrows, buy them for 215, sell them for 218. Made us a little bit of cash here. Looks like about 30k, so that's actually pretty good. They actually went a lot faster than they usually do, so that's awesome. I'm not going to put any more flips in, and I might cancel these bolts of cloth just because we will be wrapping up the episode soon, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer and hopefully get some more of these items in here before we start selling everything. Okay, so I let those flips sit and sell. Now, I left it for about 2 hours, and I came back, and we collected everything. I'll put a picture on screen right now, and that will show you everything that we bought, and the price, or that we sold, excuse me, and the price that we got for it. Everything's on there besides 2 ancestral hats that we flipped, and we actually got pretty lucky on those. We left them in there. They bought, and I just sold them when I came back, and actually they instantly sold, and we made a good bit of profit on them. I think we got like 125 or like 100k, 125k, something like that. But either way, you'll see that on screen if you haven't already. And the final amount that we had here was 83,102,617 coins. So that is actually pretty good. It's not the best performance we've ever had on a live stream or in a video here, but it's definitely solid and it is definitely progress. Now, I decided that for future episodes, I'm going to let you guys comment and decide what items you want me to flip in the upcoming episodes. I'll try them out for you guys and see my success with them. So if you want to see your item, make sure you leave a comment below. Subscribe if you do want more content like this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.